watching SportsZone, and the highlights start now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the KC9 Sports Zone. I'm Anthony Mitchell. Alongside me, for the first time in the zone, our own Alexander Huddleston. Alex, what a journey, and great to have you.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We have a ton in store for you tonight. Top matchups, big plays, and of course, our top stop and player of the week.
Grab your popcorn, let's go. But first, we'll start things out with our Sports Zone game of the week. How about a state championship rematch to start the year in Nebraska as Norfolk Catholic hosts Bishop Neumann as the two teams run it back in last season's Class C2 state title game rematch. Western Night, Veterans Memorial Park, Norfolk Catholic on a quest for its fourth consecutive state title, bringing its 39-game win streak into 2025 to take on Bishop Neumann. Slow start for both offenses through the first quarter, especially with guys like Christian Gutenkopf getting a huge sack here on third down. That forces a punt, but after the Knights threw a costly INT, Bishop Neumann drives down the field and scored on a goal line shove here. Jack Van Slyke takes care of business for the first TD of the game. In the end, Bishop Neumann would finally have their revenge and hand Norfolk Catholic its first loss in 3 years, taking down the Knights 21-14. And what a game that was, and we potentially could see these teams again collide later in the fall.
Yeah, but now it's time to get to the rest of tonight's action, starting with Dell Rapids and Dakota Valley. Another playoff rematch this time in South Dakota. Panthers season ended in the hands of Dell Rapids last season, aiming to flip the script in 2025. Warriors on the move, bad snap. Ball is on the ground. Dakota Valley recovers. Bracken Stussy lands on it.
Loose ball alert there. DV's going to take control there. And Alex, what a start. And let's keep it going, right?
Yeah, DV just outside of the red zone. Carson Pay jumps the route. Seniors DV takes all the way to the Dakota Valley 22. Huge momentum swinger for the Warriors. Now, Drake Eastman takes it in for the score to cap off the drive for Dell Rapids. Warriors win it 28-7.
Great football. Let's keep it going to the Sioux City Metro. Sergeant Bluff Lewin visiting Bishop Heelan. Warriors lead the series 10-8, dating back to 2008, including a 42-23 win last season. 6-6 game, third quarter. Crusaders trying to cook something up, third and long. Noah Conley finds Case and Thomas spinning a beauty. Big chunk play there. 4th and 4 now. Home team looking to get some plays here. Caden Lester just outside the hands. SBL defense stands tall. Turnover on downs. Warriors on the move. Isaiah Jervik scanning the field. Caden Lester said, give me that ball. INT for the big man, number 11. Both sides making plays on defense. Heelan makes the most of it. Thomas takes the pitch, rumbles in from a couple yards out. Heelan takes down Sergeant Bluff. Luton, your final score, 14-6.
Now up next, the newest chapter of the Highway 20 rivalry as Lawton Bronson hosts the Wildcats of Woodbury Central. First quarter, Woodbury Central's Abe McGill takes it in from 11 yards out to put the Wildcats ahead 6-0. Second quarter, Lawton Bronson's Jackson Otto breaks a tackle and scores a 25-yard touchdown to put the Eagles up 7-6.
LB, great play there. Get out of the way. Highway 20 rivalry, a great game.
Now, 20 seconds left in the half, though. Woodbury Central up 20-7. Lawton Bronson's Noah Drew finds Callan Guzman in the end zone to make it 20-14 going into the half. Woodbury Central goes on to win this one 33-20.
Just like they drew it up, am I right, at Elwood Stadium. Both Sioux City West. Council Bluffs Jefferson looking to start week 1 in the win column. Second quarter, Yellow Jackets up 18-zip, looking for more. Third down, run up the middle, gets stuffed by the West High defense. That brings up fourth down, but CB Jess, Jaden Fuji connects with Brandon Parks on the 3-yard TD. How about that for a play? They take their lead up to 24-0. We head up to the second half. TJ up 34-zip, but West not throwing in the towel. Taven Irvine rolls out to his right, connects with Turner Joy. A joyous play there, 22-yard TD to put the Wolverines on the board. West, though, coming up short, 50-6.
MMCRU took down Akron Westfield last season for the first time in over 15 years. Western RS looking to get back on track in the road. The Royals defense looking good early. Akron Westfield's quarterback Caleb Johnson rolls to his left, but MMRCU's Bryson Mulder takes down Johnson, knocks the ball loose, and is recovered by the Royals. 3 plays later, the Royals, John Schmillen powers his way into the end zone. Royals up 7-0. Next, Royals possession. Eli Harper now hits Michael Schmillen in the end zone. Extra point, no good. Royals up 13-0, and they go on to win 35-7.
MMCRU feeling royal. Next up, Plymouth County. Hinton won the last 2 meetings. Galen Catholic Jays coming off an 8-year win for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Picking up late first half action, hitting up 19-0, threatening again. QB Cole Friesen dumps it off to Cameron Robbins, who barrels into the end zone. Get off him. Extra point, no good. Extend Blackhawks lead there at 25-0. Galen trying to get on the board before half. Jack Roberts drops back, scrambles to his left, but Colin Hollenrake is there to end the half with a sack. Hinton takes that 25-zip lead into the break. Galen not going away. The opening drive of the second half, Roberts hits Quentin Johnson for the TD. Extra point, good. Sweet TD in the ice cream capital of the world. 25-6. Hinton rolls over Galen, 32-12.
Let's head to Sioux County as Sioux Center makes the quick trip to Orange City to face Unity Christian. Unity Christian starts off strong with a good return and quickly turns the table as QB Dylan Bosma finds tight end Tice Van Dong open to land on the Warriors 14. But that doesn't stop Dylan as he secures another open pocket to drive it in, securing the first touchdown for the Knights, starting it off 7-0. Warriors respond where Ezra Himba finds wide receiver Jake Lane open for a 30-yard passing touchdown, quickly tying up the score in the first quarter. Sioux Center defeats Unity Christian 28-14 in the final.
What a game. Another good one to follow. Spirit Lake hosts Algona. Highlights brought to you by our friends at Midwest Sports Plus. Spirit Lake down big but not giving up. Goal line play, and what a design on the sweep to Jacek Miller. Number 0 playing the hero. Spirit Lake gets on the board. They're not done there. Another goal line look. Another TD to trim into the lead here. Nice play for Spirit Lake, but it's Algona coming away with a 33-21 win. Well, what an exciting first half. We have to take a quick break, though. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of big matchups on the other side of the break.
Plus, who will bring home our top stop and Player of the Week awards. Some good candidates in our remaining games. Stay in the zone right here.
We are the Royal Cheerleaders. Don't change that channel. SportsZone will be right back.
Welcome back. Our Rays Mid-Bell Music Marching Band of the Week coming from the Homer Knights. Loud and proud, getting the crowd ready for the game between the Knights and Lions Decatur Northeast. Welcome back to the Zone. So many great games to start off the first half of our show. I mean, we talk about an exciting slate, and we got more coming.
Yes, we do. The action is just heating up as we check out more games around the area, including Lions Decatur Northeast and Homer.
Alex, take it away.
These two teams met in Week 1 last year, with Homer winning it. Cougars look to claim its first series win since 2022. Opening drive for the Cougs, snap to Brady Hayes, who keeps it on the option, and he finds the opening 66-yard run for the touchdown.
Speed that one up. How about that?
8-0 to start the game. But the Knights would stiffen up. Austin Pelster, not fooled by the keeper here, brings the QB down for the loss. Look at that. Bam. Now, Pelster also made a difference on offense, and he caught a pass right here by Axton Caskey. And he spins out of the tackle right there and runs 2 defenders for the 27-yard score. Lions Decatur wins that one 42-40.
High-scoring affair. Let's keep it going. Winnebago started the game on a 9-game win streak all the way to the All-Nations title game. They started off 2025 against CBT. First quarter on 4th down. Bago's Elijah Whitebear drops back, throws it to Rakeem Freebass for a 36-yard tutty. The first score of the season for Bago, but Freebass wasn't doing it on offense. How about the INT? Jumps the route and kicks into another year here. Bye. 69 yards later, Nice finds Pater for the pick 6. How about that for Winnebago? Later in the quarter still. That's a mishandle on the snap. And look who it is. Jared Doxey. We have a chance to talk about him. State champion wrestler. How about doing it on the football field? Takes this one back to the crib. Bago blank CBT. 55-0.
Really crossed the finish line there. And finally, Vermilion begins the year on the road with a tough task, facing off against defending South Dakota Class 11A state champ, Lennox. It was a battle of the defenses in the first quarter. Hayden Christopherson throws to the right, and he's intercepted by Tate Gerdes as the Orioles turn away the Tanagers. Lennox scores to take a 7-0 lead. Vermilion on the 3rd and long. Bryce Voss takes the rock, and he is gone 69 yards all the way to the house. Lennox takes down Vermilion 48-13.
How about some local scores on our SportsZone football scoreboard, shall we? Starting off in Iowa, OABCIG takes down Ridgeview to start the season in the win column, 24-7, while the Wildcats of West Lyon begin its state title defense with a win, taking down Western Christian 41-0. Elsewhere in Siouxland, Cedar Catholic comes up just short to Boone Central, 21-14. And South Sioux City shut out on the road by UTAN. Your final score, 28-0. For a full look at our scores, head over to our website, SiouxlandProud.com. We've got to take another quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere just yet. We'll announce our weekly top stop and our player of the week. What do we got to do? Stay in the zone.
Stay in the zone. There you are.
Welcome back to the zone, and what a first night for SportsZone. I mean, some really good games, and with that, some really good players. And I know everyone's waiting, who's going to be your top stop? Who's going to be your player of the week award? Well, we got your cover. Let's get it started here with our SportsZone player of the week. And here we go. Drum roll, please. This one going out to Bishop Heelan's Kason Thomas. The Hawkeye commit goes for over 100 total yards and a pair of scores for Heelan. And it's win at home against Sergeant Bluff. Oh, slippery, smooth spin move. How about that? Thomas also added a strip sack and a batted ball on SBL's final 2 plays of offense to help keep the Warriors at bay. Heelan goes on to win it in week 1. Congrats, Kason and the Crusaders. Alex, how about our top stop?
Well, the top stop of the night goes to the big man from Winnebago, Jared Doxey, with his 34-yard fumble recovery return for the touchdown. Look at that, Fumblerooski. Just one of 3 defensive touchdowns for the team to help the Indians in their 55-0 win over Cheyenne Eagle Butte.
You said one of just 3 defensive touchdowns, like it was like a significant
just
thing.
3, yeah.
Winnebago, obviously, of course, they went to the All-Nations Championship game last year. What a way to start the season.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about what a way to start the season. We had the game of the week out in Norfolk Catholic. Of course, you had a chance to talk to Coach Beller and company last week.
I did.
I mean, what were your thoughts being on the sideline there?
I mean, going into the game, I knew it was going to be some tough football, but I mean, both teams didn't score in the first quarter. I didn't know if they were going to score at all. Honestly, both defenses showed out. And I mean, for the first time in what 2-3 years.
So they were 39-game win streak.
39-game win streak, and Bishop Newman. Props to them finally kind of getting that revenge they've been looking for the last 2 matchups.
And a great game, and of course we say we might see those guys play later down the road in the postseason. Of course we had Sergeant Bluff and Heelan. That game was 6-6 in the third quarter. Kason Thomas, of course, our player of the week, ended up scoring that game-deciding touchdown. Caden Lester coming up big on defense, had an INT in the third quarter that led up to that touchdown. And, of course, as I mentioned, Thomas, the final 2 plays, batted balls and a strip sack. Of course, we talk about some of the other games. East with a big win over North last night. Bloomfield, Brock Genetown had over 120 yards and a TD last night for the Bees, I should say. So a great first weekend. How does it feel to be in the zone?
It feels great. It's been a long day.
Well,
I will say that.
That's awesome. So for all of us here, thanks for tuning in. The rest of our scores are on our website, SiouxlandProud.com. For Alexander, I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time in the zone.